The top stories tonight in Y News. The National Security Council, or NSC, reaffirmed its commitment to further strengthen the government's presence in the West Philippine Sea despite the persistent challenges posed by China's assertive actions.
The Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR, seeks to verify allegations of cyanide fishing reportedly conducted by fishermen from China and Vietnam in Bajo De Masinloc.
The Senate issues a subpoena against religious leader Apollo Quiboloy to compel him to attend the Senate investigation into allegations of abuse.
And we will find out why the United States signaled to veto a proposed Gaza ceasefire draft resolution at United Nations Security Council.
Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Monday, the 19th of February, 2024. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. I am Maria Latoza.
We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Mavian Dog.
First in the news. The National Security Council, or NSC, has reaffirmed its commitment to safeguarding the welfare of Filipino fisherfolk who continue to face challenges, including what has been described as persistent bullying by China. The NSC emphasized the importance of vigilance in monitoring the waters under Philippine jurisdiction, asserting the country's sovereignty and protecting the interests of its citizens. Nel Maribuhok reports.
The Philippine government will further strengthen its presence in the West Philippine Sea, particularly in Bajo De Masinloc. This is following the directive of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to the Philippine Coast Guard and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources to continue their deployment in the area amid China's presence.
Papalakasin po natin yung presensya ng ating pamahalaan through the Coast Guard, through the BFAR, and of course yung regular patrols of the Philippine Navy para maipakita sa buong mundo, particular sa mga nanggugulo sa atin dyan, that's Philippine territory.
In relation to this, National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya calls on Filipino fishermen not to be afraid to sail to areas clearly within the Philippine territory. Bajo de Masinloc or Scarborough Shoal is abundant in marine resources. Many Filipino fishermen rely on this area for the sea. They will not only vigilantly watch over Bajo de Masinloc but the whole West Philippine Sea.
So, hindi lang po sa Bajo de Masinloc tayo tumutulong sa mga mangingisda. Sa ibang lugar din tayo sa West Philippine Sea. Yes. We are increasing our rotational presence.
This statement of the NSC is amid the continuous China's aggression in the West Philippine Sea, where Beijing claims almost the entire South China Sea. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, we serve the people, we give glory to God.
The National Security Council expresses extreme concern regarding the reported illegal fishing activities in Bajo de Masinloc. As a result, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR, has been directed to expedite its validation process. Once the necessary documents and evidence are gathered, BFAR will submit its report to the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea for further investigation. If it is proven that cyanide fishing has indeed taken place, the appropriate action will be taken. The ongoing verification process by BFAR underscores the significant impact of this incident on the country's fishing industry.
That reported information comes from the fisher folk who have been interviewed during the mission. So, ang impormasyon ay galing sa ating mga mangingisda at sa ngayon pinag-uusapan na kung kinakailangang verifikahin ito. So, biverifikahin natin ito.
BFAR is currently working diligently to verify this incident and assess its repercussions on the country's fishing sector. Should the allegations of Chinese and Vietnamese fishermen using cyanide in Bajo De Masinloc hold true, it could potentially constitute a violation of international agreements, including those outlined in the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea.
Kailangan natin i-connect eh. We have to have the solid evidence to prove para pag nagsampat na tayong kaso, hindi naman tayo mahihirapan to prove to the court. Kasi alam mo naman, when we go to court, you will have to have solid evidence to back your claim.
The alleged victims of the Duterte's administration's war on drugs have expressed satisfaction over the recent survey findings released by the Octa Research Group. The survey indicates that more Filipinos are in favor of the Philippines rejoining the International Criminal Court or ICC. Dante Amento will tell us why.
In the Tugon ng Masa survey conducted by the Octa Research Group last December 10 to 14, 2023, it has indicated that 59% of adult Filipinos are in favor of the Philippines rejoining the International Criminal Court or ICC as a member state. Only 41% are not favored. Meanwhile, in the same survey, also majority or 55% of Filipinos believe that the Philippine government should cooperate with the ICC investigation into the drug-related killings during the administration of former President Rodrigo Duterte. And only 45% of the respondents said that the Philippines should not cooperate with the ICC probe. In a statement to UNTV, Attorney Cristina Conti, ICC Assisting to Counsel and lawyer for the alleged war on drugs victims, said the result of the survey is the same as their position that the country should cooperate with the ICC investigation into the grave crimes committed during the tenure of the former chief executive. Conti further said, though the issue of cooperation or rejoining the ICC should not be tied with the survey, the result allegedly encouraged them to fight amid some hindrances in search of justice. Just recently, Conti said that the ICC investigation is ongoing into the Philippines drug war.
What I can confirm is that the investigation in the Philippines is ongoing. Okay? Whether they came here physically or not, that is something for them to confirm or to speak on.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
The ranking members of the House of Representatives file a resolution proposing economic amendments to the 1987 Constitution. This measure is a direct copy of the Senate's resolution of both Houses number 6. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
Three ranking members of the House of Representatives have filed resolution of both houses number 7 or RBH 7. This resolution is a direct copy of the Senate measure advocating for economic charter change, specifically resolution of both houses number 6. This seeks to amend the restrictive economic provisions of the 1987 Constitution, particularly regarding public utilities, basic education and advertising industry through Constituent Assembly or CONAS. This mode of constitutional amendment will convene the two chambers of Congress into Constituent Assembly for the purpose of amending the Constitution. The House of Representatives has assured that there is no political amendments in RBH 7.
The provisions which we placed here is exactly the same what the Senate placed. Para wala nang iba pang storya o wala nang iba pang mga iniisip o pangamba. So, wala nang duda rin. So, pinattern na talaga namin.
Meanwhile, House leaders say they are considering convening the members of the House of Representatives as a committee of the whole to facilitate the approval of RBH 7. They also commit to review the measure comprehensively. Constitutional experts, economists, and other relevant individuals, as well as those who oppose economic charter change, will be invited to the hearings.
Again, we are clamoring that this is not a fast-track method. This will be debated in plenary exhaustively like any other bills, especially that we are tinkering the Constitution. And so we need this badly, and so imamarathon po namin ito alang-alang po sa bansa.
The Senate is conducting their own hearings And we felt that it is also proper that the House will also conduct its own hearings. Yun na rin naman po yung mensahe ng ating Pangulo na dapat magkaroon ng healthy debate and discussion about charter amendments.
It would be proper that the Committee of the Whole, lahat po ng miyembro ng Kongreso ay mapag-usapan ito at i-elevate yung level of discourse and discussion and debate dun sa usapin na sa aming paniwala ay maaaring makatulong sa ating ekonomiya. Ito nga yung pag-amenda ng ating economic provisions. Para isang patunay din na wala hong nag-iisip na magkaroon ng political provisions amendment dito sa ating saligang batas.
Magkabayang bloc lawmakers again oppose charter change.
Hindi tsatsang sagot sa ating kahirapang mga problema. Kailangan nating tugunan ang ating mga pangunahing mga pinoproblema ng ating mga mamamayan.
Bubuksan din ng tsatsa sa 100% foreign ownership sa sektor ng ekonomiya na mas lalong maglulugmok sa ating lokal na industriya at magdudulot ng pagbarat ng sahod.
The House of Representatives did not mention any timeline in passing the RBH 7. However, House Deputy Speaker, Quezon 2nd District Representative David Suarez said this must be tackled before the State of the Nation address of the President, because after that, they will be occupied with the 2025 proposed national budget hearings. Rosa Licos, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
And for the news abroad, United States Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, cautioned that Washington would not adopt the Algerian proposed resolution for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza if presented for a vote at the UN Security Council in its current form. Maven Carrizo will tell us why.
In a statement last Saturday, February 17, the United States Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, said that the U.S. has been negotiating a deal between Israel and Hamas. Algeria's resolution, scheduled for a vote on Tuesday, February 20, at the UN Security Council, aims to secure the release of hostages and implement a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza's governing group Hamas lasting at least 6 weeks. The envoy warned that the resolution demands the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages and might undermine ongoing diplomatic efforts between Israel and Hamas, mediated by Qatar and Egypt. These talks aim for a truce allowing for the exchange of captives and increased humanitarian aid to Gaza. However, recent comments by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Qatar suggest setbacks in the negotiations. The United States frequently supports Israel with its veto power at the Security Council. In early December, it vetoed a ceasefire resolution from the United Arab Emirates. Amid fears of an Israeli ground invasion in Rafah, Algeria proposed a new resolution for a vote. Maven Carrizo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Thousands of people have taken to the streets of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem in Israel on Saturday night, February 17, to express their anger with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the fate of 100 captives held by Hamas. Netanyahu has previously declined to send a representative to Egypt's capital, Cairo, to discuss the end of the Gaza conflict. Hamas has stated that it would not release all of the remaining captives until Israel lifts the siege on Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister has also publicly rejected the United States and international calls for a pathway to Palestinian statehood, calling Hamas's ceasefire delusional. While anti-government protests have declined since the October 7 attacks, this weekend's protesters defied a police ban on large rallies as they called for new elections, which are not scheduled until 2026. Netanyahu's popularity has fallen since the Palestinian group launched a rare attack last year, which sparked the ongoing war on Gaza. We'll share more global stories with you later. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook and TikTok. The Philippine Air Force recently welcomed its new C-130H tactical transport aircraft with a water cannon salute at Clark Air Base in Pampanga. This aircraft, originating from Waco, Texas, was granted by the U.S. government to the Philippines through the Excess Defense Article Program. This marks the second C-130 aircraft provided to the country under the said program, with the first unit delivered last January 29, 2021. The Philippine Air Force intends to utilize the aircraft for humanitarian assistance, disaster relief operations, and various military missions, further enhancing its capabilities in serving the nation.
Over 1,100 displaced overseas Filipino workers have finally received justice as they were credited with their labor claims from construction firms that shut down in Saudi Arabia in 2015 and 2016. Jed Medicina will tell us why.
Almost a decade since the economic recession in Saudi Arabia in 2015 to 2016. 1,100 displaced overseas Filipino workers or OFWs received their indemnity or labor claims as reported by the Department of Migrant Workers or DMW. As of February 19, the Overseas Filipino Bank and the Land Bank of the Philippines have processed 1,204 checks.
1,204 checks had been processed and 1,100 had been credited. So that's an increase of it was 843 when the President first announced this about a week ago.
According to DMW, the labor claims cover about 57 million reals or 15 million US dollars. Meanwhile, DMW Undersecretary Bernard Olalia mentioned some challenges they face for the claimants, including those who have already died and those with discrepancy with data from their document.
Papayagan po ng Land Bank na i-deposit yung mga cheque na nakapangalan sa mga workers na mali ang spelling or may kaunting discrepancy doon sa kanilang pangalan.
The DMW previously said that more than 10,000 OFWs who have been waiting for their compensation from construction companies in Saudi Arabia. Jed Neresina, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
A total of 459 persons deprived of liberty or PDLs from the new Bilibid Prison or NBP in Muntinlupa City have been relocated to the Ihawig Prison and Penal Farm in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. The Bureau of Corrections or BUCOR has confirmed that they have transferred over 1,200 PDLs from the NBP since January of this year as part of efforts to decongest the National Penitentiary. In addition to this recent transfer from June 2022 until January 2024, a total of 11,347 PDLs have been released by BUCOR through the Bilis-Laya program.
The Senate has issued a subpoena against religious leader Apollo Quiboloy to compel him to attend the Senate investigation into allegations of abuse. Senate Deputy Minority Leader Risa Ontiveros says the subpoena will be sent to Quiboloy in Davao, reiterating her call for religious leader to appear before her Senate panel and answer the allegations himself. According to the Bureau of Immigration, based on official records, Quiboloy is still in the Philippines.
Based on our records po, as of to date, ang last po na flight ni Apollo Quiboloy po ay dumating po siya noong July 22, 2023. So, based on our records, nandito po siya. Yung mga pasahero po ng mga private flight ay binibigay sa amin din reasonable time in advance para i-check din po yan.
The Department of Justice says it will draft a recommendation to issue an immigration lookout bulletin order versus Quiboloy for Secretary Boyeng Rimulya's signature. In today's Senate hearing, several former members of the KOJC testified against Quiboloy by recounting the alleged physical and sexual abuse that they endured from the religious leader. They also revealed alleged labor violations of Quiboloy's TV station Sunshine Media Network International or SMNI.
Ako po ay naging landscaper ni Kiboy sa Glory Mountain. At doon ko na po naranasan ang pananakit mismo sa kamay ni Kiboy. Pag hindi po siya nagagandahan sa aming landscape sa mansyon niya, sinasampal niya po kami at pinahampas. Mga apat beses ito sa isang linggo. Minsan po pumupunta din po doon si former President Rodrigo Duterte at former Mayor, Davao Mayor Sara Duterte. At pag umaalis na po sila doon sa Glory Mountain, dala na po nila yung mga bag. Na siya pong bag na nilalagyan po ng mga baril.
Palagi kaming sinasabihan na hahabulin kami ng Angel of Death. May 3 akong kasamahan na namatay. Lahat binaril sa ulo.
Oh my God.
3 po yun sila. Hindi ko po masabi na taga-kingdom ang pumatay, pero buong buhay po namin dyan umikot sa loob ng kingdom. Kung lumabas man kami, wala naman kaming kaaway.
The Philippine National Police has stated that there is currently no significant threat anticipated for the rallies scheduled for February 25th. However, they remain vigilant and prepared to ensure the safety and security of all attendees. PNP Chief PGen Benjamin Acorda Jr. announced that they will deploy 6,000 police personnel in Metro Manila to oversee the security of those participating in the People Power Anniversary. Additionally, 2,500 policemen will be deployed in Cebu to secure the anti-Chacha rally. General Acorda emphasized the importance of holding rallies peacefully, appealing to all participants to conduct themselves in an orderly manner.
Nakikiusap ako that in all these rallies, maging mahinahon lang tayo. We will be exercising maximum tolerance, pero sana wala naman manggugulo.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte has confirmed his attendance at the rally in Cebu.
No video, no return, and no refund is a common policy among online sellers. However, it may surprise you to learn that such a requirement is not mandated when you return or exchange an item you purchase, as stated by the Department of Trade and Industry or DTI. Jed Neresina details why.
The Department of Trade and Industry or DTI warns online sellers about no video, no refund policy. Online sellers use this to require customers to take a video when they receive and open their orders. According to this policy, those who have videos are the ones who can get a replacement or refund if the item appears defective or broken. But DTI Assistant Secretary Amanda Nograles clarified the no return, no refund or exchange policy is a violation of Republic Act 7394 or Consumer Act of the Philippines. DTI prohibits this because it is a customer's right to return the item if it is defective. Nograles added that the customer can also ask for a replacement or full refund for the defective items they purchase. This policy is an example of Deceptive Sales Act, according to ASEC Nograles. For questions or those who wanted to send a report, they can call the DTI hotline 1384 or email at consumercare@dti.gov.ph. Jed Neresina, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Senate has approved on the third and final reading of the proposed minimum wage increase for the private sector. 20 senators voted in favor of the Senate Bill 2534, seeking to increase by 100 pesos the daily minimum wage of private sector workers across the country. Several senators clarified that small businesses with below 10 employees and with a capital of 3 million pesos and below are exempted from implementing the wage increase. The wage hike seeks to help Filipinos amid soaring prices of basic commodities and services. Once enacted into law, the increase is expected to benefit around 4.2 million workers in the private sector.
And in other global news, Canada has joined the United States and Britain in calling on China to help keep the Red Sea open for commerce. Canada's foreign minister believes that doing so will benefit China as an exporter itself. Dani Delieva will tell us why.
It is in China's interest to influence the Houthis to keep the Red Sea open. Being an exporter itself, China's ships are also at risk on the trade route. Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly has communicated this to her Chinese counterpart, Minister Wang Yi, at the Munich Security Conference held on the weekend. The Iran-aligned Yemeni group has claimed responsibility for the February 17, 2024 missile attack on commercial oil tanker MT Pollux plying the route bound for India. Such attacks have caused increases in shipping and insurance costs across the key trade route between Asia and Europe that is likewise widely used by ships from China. Moreover, Joly also told Yi to ensure Western sanctions against Russia in relation to its war with Ukraine are upheld. She cited that the sanctions against Russia are strong, but China should not be the loophole on the sanctions. Russia has become China's top crude oil supplier last year, overtaking Saudi Arabia. China is the world's #1 crude oil importer, whose refiners have used intermediary traders to handle shipping and insurance of Russian crude in order to avoid violating Western sanctions. Relations between China and Canada became strained in late 2018 when a Chinese communications executive was detained by Canadian police. Not long after, China arrested 2 suspected Canadian spies. The 2 countries maintained the icy relations until late last year on allegations of Chinese meddling into Canada's elections. China has repeatedly denied such claim. However, after meeting with Joly on Saturday, he spoke about the need to rebuild trust with Canada. Dani Delieva, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
And those are the reasons behind the stories in other parts of the globe.
Seasoned music lovers didn't miss the chance to witness the Wish They Tides concert last Friday at the Araneta Coliseum, where revered OPM artists delivered a repertoire of timeless OPM hits. Meanwhile, OPM icons Joey Albert and the company acknowledged the significant role of Wish 1075 and KDR Music House in reviving and introducing the roots and essence of original Filipino music to the younger generation. Gladys Duabi will tell us why.
In a momentous debut, OPM icon Joey Albert and the premier vocal group The Company graced the Wish Date stage in concert aptly titled Tides. Wishers were transported back to the golden era of OPM through their timeless hits. These OPM icons have expressed their appreciation for the initiatives and efforts of Wish 1075 and KDR Music House in uplifting the OPM scene. For Joey Albert, her Wish Date experience was nothing short of an answered prayer, allowing her to fulfill her wish of reconnecting people, especially the younger generation, with the classics of OPM.
I want the young people to
to know that there was this generation of original Filipino music that was fabulous, that was fantastic, that had messages, that spoke from the heart. And I want them to know about those songs. And by you relating these songs to movies, or this really makes them understand na ganun pala yung songs no 80s, right? So in a sense, this is a wonderful way of legendizing the songs of the 80s and legendizing my own songs. Because, you know, in the end, every artist or every true singer really just wants that and nothing more. At the end, we just want to be remembered. And this is it. And this concert is going to, I think, really make that dream come true.
Similarly, the company sees this as an opportunity to reintroduce and reignite the passion for OPM classics among the youth.
Importante yun sa amin. Ang nangyayari kasi sa OPM, kasi bukas ng mundo, it's a free market, and you cannot force people just to like Filipino music. And but organically, naturally, marami, especially Gen Z and Gen Alpha, adore OPM. Bumabalik. We notice Gen Z and Gen Alpha coming back to OPM. And it's because of Wish 107.5, and it's because of KDR music. We need more armies like you guys who will uplift OPM. Because if our music wins, the whole country wins.
Sweet mo naman.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Wish State actors share their joy and gratitude for the opportunity bestowed upon them.
So I haven't done a theater for a long time now. And again, kasasabi ko na po, medyo refreshing, and for every character that I portray po is an opportunity as well for me to grow. And salamat po sa Wish 107.5, sa KDR na nagiging platform po ng mga unsigned man or free agent na tinatawag natin, at yung mga up-and-coming artists na ma-showcase po yung blessing na pwede natin may share sa ating mga viewers po.
Sobrang kinakabahan talaga ako. Pero at the same time, sobrang excited din ako kasi nga first time kong magla-live acting. So yes. So yun, iraos naman, and I'm so happy sa mga reaction ng mga nanood. Sa lahat po ng bumubuo ng KDR Music, maraming salamat po sa opportunity, and I hope po na sana mas marami pa po kayong magawang story and ma-inspire pa po ng maraming tao.
Actually, to be very honest, kanina kabado ako kasi sabi ko, ang laki ng screen. And it's like my first time to see myself sa sobrang laking screen. Like, as an actress, of course, parang it's one of my dreams to experience not just tapings, but also do live actings. Kasi, of course po, as an actress, hindi pa rin naman ako matagal sa industriya. But of course, I'm looking forward to stay longer and at the same time, mag-grow po. And if yung live acting can help me grow as an individual, as an actress, na may mas matututunan po ako, of course, i-look forward ko po yan, and gusto ko pong maranasan din.
Stay tuned for more heartfelt stories in the Wish State Concert Series, where entertainment meets true-to-life lessons. Glabis, Tuabi, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Our Kasangbahay. As the world faces these trying times amid the various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity.
Good day. I'm Brother Eli Soriano of the members of the Church of God International. I want to invite you to join us in a minute of prayer every day to pray for humanity and the whole world as we go through these perilous times. While safety measures like washing of hands and strengthening of our immune systems may help us through this horrible predicament, there is still no precaution or cure more powerful than God's mighty intervention, and we need His intervention now more than ever. It doesn't matter what religion you are in or what denomination you belong. This is an invitation for all the people around the world who cares for the future of their family, friends, loved ones, and humanity as a whole. Everybody is welcome to pray with us. For more details, you can check out the description box below. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon. May God bless you.
And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God from the book of James chapter 1 verse 21. It says, "Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls." And those are the reasons behind the news February 19, 2024. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. I am Mavian Dog, live from Australia.
Because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Mariela Latoza, live from Australia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.